It is your boy Sir Jorge the Great, bringing you my official review of Pokemon Legends Arceus. Whew. Wow. What a game. What a game. Let me just kind of give you my overall opinions of the game, what I think works, what I think doesn't work, and sort of where I think the game should go in the future. So for those who do not know, Pokemon Legends Arceus is the latest installment currently to this date of the Pokemon franchise. It has you visiting the prehistoric region of the Sinnoh region called Hisui, which is the region for the Gen 4 games Pokemon Diamond, Pokemon Pearl, Pokemon Platinum, and Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. So there are going to be spoilers in regards to stories, so be warned ahead of time, and this is including new Pokemon that I may mention, storyline beats, and just overall gameplay mechanics. So if you guys want to avoid spoilers, I recommend coming back later on once you do play the game, so keep that in mind. Anyways, the game immediately throws you in, and it seems like you are the protagonist from Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl from the Gen 4 games, and you're going to the past. For some reason, Arceus has chosen you to capture them all, catch them all, as he says. And that is so super freaking cool. That opening is just fantastic. It's mystical. It's just jaw-dropping, and honestly, I'm proud to say that I predicted that the character within the game was going to be from the future, or from not from the time period of the game, and I wasn't just not expecting the protagonist to be that character. So, great on you, Game Freak, for making that choice and sort of having this there's like this loop of a story between Legends Arceus and Gen 4, Diamond and Pearl. So, amazing intro, throws you into the world. Has you like basically have the basic components of capturing a Pokemon, and then it's off the ramps there. So then you go into your first map. You know, you're catching some earlier Pokemon. You know, your Bidoos, your Stallies, your Weasels, and I remember first playing, and I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. And I beat Cleaver, and then it was like, oh, by the way, here's another map, and I was like, wait, this is just the first map. And that was one thing I actually really appreciate about these games, that each map, for the most part, is relatively huge, and there's a lot to explore within each region. There's lots of nooks and crannies, and I absolutely love that. So that's another positive for me, is there's huge maps, and it just seems like the wild areas in Sword and Shield was prepping us for that exploration aspect of Legends Arceus, and I think that's just fantastic. And so with that, obviously, these games are radically different from your typical games, and it's a new take in the Pokemon franchise, and I think it worked. I honestly do think these games are just fantastic, and I think a big reason why is because it reverses the priority of the game. I feel like in the other installments of Pokemon, you know, Pokemon Red and Green to all the way to even Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, your goal was to become the Pokemon Master, right? Is to become the best in Pokemon battling. Well, you're in ancient time Hisui. There isn't a Pokemon League to begin with, and so it wouldn't make sense to become the best Pokemon Master, because the people at the time can't even capture Pokemon. So it really forces you to catch them all, and I think this was the perfect game to start us off with that kind of motif, if that makes sense, because Arceus is literally the god Pokemon, and you know, he's giving you your commandment is to catch them all, and I don't think any other legendary would make sense. Maybe Mew, but even that would be a stretch. So you know, the priority in Legends Arceus is to catch them all and then battle, whereas the other games is battle and then catch them all. And to be honest, playing other games, I was never really a big fan of catching them all. That was never really a goal of mine. I just wanted to battle, and this was the first time I found myself really wanted to complete the Pokedex. I still haven't completed it because I have school and other stuff, but this is the first time ever in a Pokemon game where I feel like, hey, I really want to complete the Pokedex, and that's a cool feeling. And there's more than one way to do it, and I think that's really cool. And again, that's another thing that it does well, is just it incentivizes you to go out there and explore, right? And maybe sometimes it's a little overwhelming, because you go and do something and it's like, oh wait, I want to do this instead, and you would do something else. But I think that's just a positive of it. It just offers you so much to do within the game. And so yeah, and another thing is, it honestly, and I think I don't know what people's opinions of this are, but I love that they basically hand you a shiny Pokemon, that they gave you cool ways to shiny hunt in the game. They have the outbreaks. You can just literally just go out and try to find the Pokemon yourself, and they have incredibly boosted rates in the game. So it's just like you're out in Halloween and you knock on Legends Arceus' door, and you're like in the rich neighborhood, so they hand you like the candy bars and not just like the little like nougats they usually get. So I think it's really really cool. And so yeah, on top of that, they added new Hisuian forms. So they added like prehistoric versions of older Pokemon, which I think is really cool. And it really does. I'm a huge fan of regional variants. Let me just say that out there. So it's a bit of a bias, but I do like it because it makes sense in terms of like a biological standpoint. Pokemon are animals. They evolve. They change. And not evolve as in like, you know, Teddiursa goes into an Ursa ring, but more so like they adapt and they react. So it makes sense that if you go back in the past, you might encounter some Pokemon that doesn't exist. For example, Cleaver and Ursaluna that might have just not come around. And like, for example, Ursaluna, you know, because it's so hard to get an Ursaluna, it makes sense that they just died off. You know, they weren't really reproducing that well, or it's just a trait that the Ursa rings just kind of dropped. So I think the new Hisuian forms are cool. Now, I will admit this is the first time that I actually have some like strongly negative opinion on some of the forms, like Electrode. I absolutely despise Electrode because it just seems kind of lazy to me. But I think that's a good thing. I think they're just trying different things, and I honestly applaud them for that. So overall, they have really cool new Pokemon. On top of that, Legends Arceus is kind of a hard game. It's a Pokemon game. It's not going to be ridiculously hard, but it was still a challenge at points, and maybe it has to do with some sluggish, you know, battle mechanics, which I'll get to in a minute. But overall, it was just kind of a challenge to like beat some of the trainers. The Volo, the final fight, where you battle Volo and then you battle Giratina and then you battle Giratina again. I was like, what the hell? Because like I was completely underleveled. But like I go in the battle, I beat Volo, I'm like, alright, we did it. And then Giratina pops up and I'm like, what the hell? And then I go in, beat Volo, beat Giratina, and then he goes into his origin form. I'm like, bro, I'm barely hanging it in right there, what the hell? So that was just really, really cool. Also Volo's non-binary, you cannot change my mind about that. So yeah. It was just, you know, I think it's more, it was definitely for veteran players, whereas Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl were for newer players, or people who just wanted a casual time, who wanted to play the classic Pokemon games. And again, I just think it was fantastic. So besides me talking really good things about it, let's talk about some of the cons. I do think it kind of, despite them being large, I wanted more map choices. I wish you could explore more. You know, it's not an open world game, which I honestly, it's not that it's a con, but it was like a wish for mine. Like you can go, and I think I still wish that you could go from area to area. Like you're going up the mountain and you come back down and you're in the next area, if that makes sense. So we couldn't get that, unfortunately. I would say more, it's more not a con, but like, you know, it was a wish of mine, and so it is what it is. I would like more areas to explore within the games. Maybe they get DLCs, or maybe we just get the next game. Sometimes, I won't lie, the battle mechanic in the game can get a little frustrating because, you know, especially when I was fighting Volo, I would knock out a Pokemon, he sends out his next Pokemon, and he knocks me out immediately, so I'd be trading Pokemon with Volo, and I was like, what the hell, man? Let me try to win this game. And it was a little frustrating at times. And sometimes, you know, trying to grind for like Pokeballs and lures and traps can be a little annoying, and but that's honestly the only cons I could think of. The story's kind of, I think the story is good, and like the way you catch Pokemon in this game is also good. Pokemon being terrifying, like crap your pants terrifying, is amazing. I love that, you know, you could be like running away from the Pokemon and you turn around and you see this big Ursa ring like chasing after you, and it's like, oh my god, where did you come from? Or like you're getting beat up by a group of Statler, and it's like, hey, you're in our territory, get it. I don't know what the noise was. But yes, I think Pokemon Legends Arceus was a great addition to the Pokemon lineup. It is a fresh idea that Game Freak has decided to implement in the series, and it's something that I do wish that we see in the future. Now, where we go from here, I do have some ideas, and I think I will share them right now. So I'll be quite frank. I want to go to Unova. I want to go to sort of like a medieval Unova. Somebody on Twitter like did like since Unova's based on America, they did like a Western theme, and I wasn't too big of a fan because it was New York, and New York wasn't in the Western era. And also it didn't really make much sense. And no offense, but that's just my opinion. It just didn't make sense for Unova's lore. So if they somehow can manage to make like a medieval America, if that makes sense, I don't know. But I really just wanted the two castles, the two kings, the two brothers that conquered Reshiram and Zekrom, battling it out so we can see the origin dragon of Kiram. So, and that's actually another thing that I forgot to mention is that with like the map like limitations is that we didn't get like another like town to explore. It was just Jubilife City. Again, it makes sense because they're just colonizing Hisui, but I wanted more, and I think with the next installments they can do that. And I do hope that the future of the games kind of look like this. Maybe they have a better battle mechanic, but I do hope that the games operate in a similar fashion, where you are running around and you're catching Pokemon and then you're battling them, right? It's not like you run into the grass and the Pokemon pops up. Because I honestly had a lot more fun playing like this instead of being forced to battle. I was forcing the battle, right? So yeah, and so in terms of a rating, I would give Pokemon Legends Arceus 9 heavy balls out of 10. I just think it's a good game. I really do think, and everybody is, I think it's in agreement that it was a fantastic game. So that's my review. Let me know what you guys think of the game yourselves in the comment section down below. And don't forget to please like and share. And yeah, I'm excited. I really am to see where Pokemon goes in the future, especially with Generation 9 being around the corner, because I think that should be the next installment. So yeah. Anyways, you guys do know me. Oh, actually, I don't know what else I wanted to say. Yeah. But anywho, I'll see you guys next time. Wait, is there anything else? Also, awful Pokemon are amazing. Alright, see you guys. I'm Mr. Jorge the Great, and I'll see you guys next time.